All right, today we're going to talk about oracle cards. I did two TikTok videos, one on Starseed forecast and one on where you're fucking yourself up with your own psychic readings. I had a shit ton of questions, so I'm going to try and answer them all. Can I remember them all? No, but I'm going to do my best. I just did another video on star seeds. How do you know you're a star seed? What star seed are you? What is a star seed? What does it feel like being a star seed? What's the purpose of that? So there's a second video up. So what I want to do on this one is talk about where you're fucking yourself up with oracle readings, how to do them properly. I had questions on shuffling cards, what cards to use, all of those things. So I used to teach this like 20 years ago. So I'm going to pull all of the tools out of my belt. It's just so automatic for me, but I'm going to show you just a really simple way to navigate your path. And then I'm going to actually do at the very end of this. So when you see me actually shuffling cards, you can fast forward to that point. I'm going to do a Starseed forecast energy read for us. So, okay. For those of you that haven't met me, my name is Dime. It's Diamond No. So the company's Diamond No Mentoring. I mentor the mentors across this globe. Globe is the wrong word. I know the flat earthers get upset about that. Planet, Earth, Gaia, just habit to say globe. So I mentor mentors and I launch people into soul purpose. I started out as a psychic. I'm a generational psychic. All the females in my family, I don't know about the males except for my son. Each generation, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I think I'm around the fifth generation, my children being the sixth, as far back as I could trace through family conversation. But anyway, so let's talk about how you're doing it wrong. I did do a TikTok on this really quick, rehashing that. If you are constantly going to a psychic or following the psychic reads on TikTok or the forecast or whatever, it's because you're looking for confirmation. We have two operating mechanisms: soul compass, ego, human peace. This thing loves confirmation. When we desire something, we ache for it, we're impatient, we want it, so we look for validation that it's coming. It will not come to you until you align with it. There's very, very few intuitives that I give any of my attention to. Nicholas Ashborough is one of my favorites. He mostly does tarot, but he does oracle, and he will do like an energy forecast based on your astrology. But the difference between psychic readings and sort of that style and like what I do, I will never tell someone, oh my God, you're going to find love and you're going to have money and you're going to get all of this. I can see your whole book of life, all your Akashic records all at once, and everything plays like a movie for me. And I can just read your book of life. I can read what your highest path is and what's available for you, what your soul purpose is. I can see everything. But what I see more than that, so I'll see it all out, but what you need to understand is how to energetically, vibrationally align with that. There's 12 universal laws. The law of vibration and the law of attraction work together. You are an energetic being that has a frequency. That frequency vibrates. That vibration is what the law of attraction responds to. So if you have a belief structure that's limiting you, like love is scary, love is hard, there's no good fish in there, no good fish in the sea, is that the saying? Or money means greed, or blah, blah, blah. Those beliefs subconsciously are vibrating into your electromagnetic field, your aura, your vortex. That's your vibration. Law of attraction is responding. So you may be able to receive money, but not keep it because there's a blockage. You may be able to go on a lot of dates and have great love, but then they turn out a narcissist or something like that. It's because there's a limiting belief structure. So what I do with readings and what I want for you to look for is what's going on that I need to shift, that I need to heal, that I need to be aware of in order to align with that desire. There are rules in this universe. One of them is if your mind can conceive it, you can receive it. You cannot conceive the impossible. So if you have that daydream, it's available for you. It's a reality for you. You've got to figure out what's limiting you, what's blocking you, what's not allowing you to align with that reality. And the moment you shift that, heal that, bam, you align with it. Like it's like instant awesome magic, right? that's what I've been doing. So now I just mentor the mentors to do that. So we have a program called Divine Alignment, and I have a series of mentors, um, phenomenal, phenomenal women right now, that help people dive into those belief structures to align with that big purpose or that highest possible outcome. So when you're going to your cards, that's what I want you to look for. If you've got a dream, it's yours. It's okay. You can have it. You don't need to obsess over it. I see people going to their pendulum, their tool, and being like, is it coming for me? Yes, no. You can use a pendulum. It doesn't matter what you use, a weighted necklace, anything. So you can hold it over your hand and you can ask it to show you, yes. So my elbow just fell, sorry. Yes. And then show me no, and it'll go in a different direction. The problem with this is your energy will dominate this. Your desire will dominate this. So there's a lot of people who don't trust this. If you go to it very neutral, being like, is it yes or no? It doesn't matter. Then you're going to get a proper answer. But if you have a desire, like, is this the person that I remember, like, is this the right mate for me? Like, is it going to be a long-term relationship? And I would go to like 5 times a week. It's ridiculous. Instead of asking, what the fuck do I need to do in order to have a long-term loving relationship? What's going on within me? What vibration? So your energy will interrupt that if you have an expected or a strong desired outcome. And you will get a yes sometimes and a no sometimes. I will tell you a tip right now with your cards and any other spiritual tools. If you go to it more than once, your energy is in a state of confusion and non-trust. So you will get mixed messages. Across the board, you will get mixed messages. If you go to a psychic, multiple psychics or intuitives for the same answer, your vibration is confusion, you're going to get confusion, or you're going to be told, yeah, it's totally available for you, but you need to understand how to align with it. Okay. Okay, let's jump into using cards. There's tarot, there's oracle, whatever your jam is. Tarot for me is too black and white. It doesn't allow my psychic abilities to open up. I much prefer to connect into my guides to your guides. I create this arch of energy and I just channel what's there for you. And I'm shown your path. I can feel your path. I feel your whole body. I can feel what you ate that day. I just absorb. I just submerge myself in your energy. You get none of my energy. I shield that from you. So I want you to think about those things when you're doing your own for friends or whatever. The other piece, I'm kind of be all over the map. I'm sorry, guys. We're all looking through our own lens. And this is a problem that like kind of me a little bit. I will teach people how to use Oracle, and then all of a sudden they're doing it for all their friends. I'm like, oh my God, you're so bang on. That's so amazing. But you're looking through your lens. So I won't trust someone whose price point is too low. I'm going to burst some bubbles here. If they're under $100, they don't know their worth. No, I'm not doing it. If you don't know your worth, I don't want it. Like, I will not pay. Like, if I'm getting an intuitive reading, I look for the motherfuckers that are around like $500 because I'm like, okay, you're experienced, you know your worth. Let's have a conversation. And I trust if I feel the connection with that person. I won't go to anyone under $100. It's like going to like First Choice for a haircut. Sorry, not to knock that, but or going to like a salon or going to McDonald's versus a high-end restaurant. Like, no, thank you. Same thing with healing modalities. So for those of you that are doing that, really do believe in yourself, fucking put your prices up and own it, own your worth. But back to the looking through your own lens. So the problem is with someone who is still in fourth dimensional consciousness, I've got other videos on that. You can check that out. Fourth dimensional consciousness is when you're opening up and you're becoming awake, but your ego's still participating. And you don't know how to differentiate those two. You don't know how to speak from soul space, and you speak from your excitement space of like, oh my God, it's all about angels and blah, blah, blah. That's not it. It's love and light. No. So someone will look through their own lens and their own perception of what's love in the world, what's humanity, what's inequality, what's justice, what's all of these things. And in fourth dimensional consciousness, we are still adding to the fight of everybody needs to wake up and da 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 da. And it's like you're adding to that fight energy instead of the neutrality and acceptance energy. We're going to all wake up at some point. It's fine. Nothing needs to be rushed or forced. But fourth dimensional consciousness is very much in that like pushing vibration. So some of the messaging you'll get will be through their lens of, oh, you've got to stand up for your rights on this, and we've got to do that. And I don't like that. I don't want that for anybody. So just be cautious, okay? When it comes to your cards, there's tarot, there's oracle, whatever resonates with you. I like the channeled effect. I really trust this. I've been doing it professionally for a very long time. I've always been psychic, so that works for me. When I use cards, I go for the visual. I won't pick a deck that has a whole bunch of wording on it. I never, very rare, look at the actual words, once in a while, but very rare. I never go to the book in my deck. I just simply look at my card and I let it speak to me with everything else that I'm getting. This just helps me translate it quicker. So this is just a tool for me to speed up the process of the movie, the auditory stuff that I'm getting, the physical sensations I'm getting, and I just am able to use this visual to put it all together, translate it, and get it out of my mouth quicker. So that's why I use my cards. I just learned to absorb the card. The first thing that comes to you, you're going to let your ego participate in this. Your ego is not a negative thing. So you're going to go into your heart space, connect into your whole body, and just be like, let me absorb this. So whatever speaks to me first, and I just stare at that piece and I let the information move through me. It just takes a lot of practice. There is no harm in going to the book whatsoever. Each deck of cards comes with like a little book in it. I've never used them, so it's just in there. It's like idiot proof. So you can go to that and just pick out what resonates. This is one of my favorite decks, especially for Starseeds, by the way. I am a huge Colette fan. I've had the opportunity to meet her. She's awesome sauce. I do have another deck I'm going to show you that I do use. It's during Virtue. She's a little way out there for me, but this is why I like her deck. So there is this deck, Angel Answers, during Virtue. Anyways, I love their artwork, Radley's artwork. In that deck, there's like just a few cards. So this is a really cool tool that say yes, get more information, unlikely, which means no to me, no, yes, success is yes for me, and no. I have these in the box. I have all the other cards face down, and I put these ones face up. So if my ego is out of control with something like, whatever, I don't know, I will just go to this and pull out one and get my yes or no, and then I can shut up and I can move back into a higher vibration. So I like this deck. You can also take a card of playing cards deck. You know what I mean? Like what you play Crazy Eights with. You can get one of those. You can pick out 10 cards and write yes on 5 and no on the 5 on. Holy man, I can't even talk right now. So playing deck of cards, take out 10 cards, write yes or no on 5 of each, put in make the question clear, get more information, and then just take those away throw out the rest of the deck and shuffle those and use those as well. It's a really powerful tool. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. I think that's everything that you need to know. I don't know where to buy a deck, wherever the fuck you want. Amazon, I don't care. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Type in Oracle deck online, you'll find them. Pick one that resonates with you. If you want to really just be told, learn tarot. It's awesome. It's black and white. It's yes and no tarot. It just is what it is. I much prefer just Oracle so that I can practice my own intuition or use my own intuition. So you can get them anywhere. Pick one that resonates with you. If you want something that's wordy, that's going to support you, use that. If you want something that's more artsy, use that. There's always pictures when you look for a deck. There's pictures and you'll be drawn to one over the other. I love going to just a metaphysical shop. Did I say that right anyway? And just letting my intuition be like, oh, yes. I'll show you one other thing before I start. So we do have a membership, the Energy Forecast membership. It's like 18 bucks a month, and you get a whole monthly forecast as well as a weekly breakdown of what to do, what to expect with the energy for each day, each night. And I teach how to use those cards. I show the whole process in that membership. So that might be something that resonates with you. I'm just going to turn this down for a second here. When I'm doing any of this work, I just connect into the energy in my hands and I let my hands sort of float over the deck. I already did that, so I already know it's this deck today, but you'll feel like a little bit of tingling or heat or something like that in the palm of your hand. And that's just the deck that your soul wants you to use for that moment. So again, there's no right or wrong. You're just learning your own unique way. But let's actually do an energy forecast as if this video hasn't been long enough. Here we go. All right, so I start with connecting into, so I just center myself and then connect into the guides that are here for the highest evolution and all involved. Time doesn't exist, right? It's not linear. So time, space, reality doesn't matter. So when I connect in, I go, whoever's going to find this, connect into them and let me deliver the highest possible energy or messaging for all souls involved. That's what I do. Then I take my deck and I hold it and I just shake out any energy. If you want, you can like throw it away. Again, I think those are all kind of fluffy things, but you can do whatever you want with that. And then I just start to shuffle. So what I'm going to do, let me just get this going. So I'm going to start to shuffle and I'm going to pick 2 different messages for us. So I want you within your space, your energy, pick 1, 2, or 3, or sorry, 1 or 2, or is it a progressive? So does 1 stand out, 2 stand out, or is this a progressive reading for you? Then I just go into shuffling. Sometimes they're going to fall out, guys. Sometimes I just really feel it in my hand, and that's the one that comes out. The other thing that happens, so I'll show you with pilot. Oh, that's one. Hold on. Oh, that's one. See how they're like kind of sticking out? I feel it. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel it. So that's how I do that. But for the last card, I'll show you another trick. So once you're connected into your hands, I will literally just push through with my thumb leading the way. And then my thumb starts to quiver over the card that's meant for that session. So I know it's that one. I also get this huge like energy through my core when I do that. And then my bottom teeth actually vibrate. So we all react a little bit differently. It's just you learning what works for you because we're all different. Okay. There's no right or wrong. All right. Let's go into reading number 1 and see what this energy has to say. There's this capping energy. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. So this is for starseeds. It's for light worker starseeds. It's for all of us, but I'm going to tap into starseed evolution, starseed purpose right now for today's the 7th, what to sort of expect over the next coming days. So I feel like this is like moving into next week, which would be the new moon vibe, which is on the 13th. Okay, so I'm just overviewing the entire thing, and then I'm going to connect into the messaging for it. And remember, don't ever rush this process either. It's okay to be silent and take a pause for a minute when someone's in front of you or for yourself. You don't have to rush it. Okay. Took me a second there. So there's a couple of different things. So number 1s, this card came out. What I'm really seeing is the division in the land right here and this graceful step into connecting that. There doesn't appear to be any fear in this big, huge step forward. I'm really seeing this trench right here. So what I'm feeling for number 1s is you are part of the process of bringing together humanity in a very graceful way. Because there's so much green here and because I'm seeing trees in the background of this one, you're going to begin to channel Gaia if you haven't started channeling Gaia already. When I started channeling her, it was very emotional for me because she's sad. So brace yourself to stay very grounded and very earthy. There is a lot of activation energy in the month of July. There is a lot of activity happening in our dream state, our lucid dreaming, astral projection, astral travel, like all of the things. Expect to experience that because we've got this card with it, which is about unity connection. But the way I'm seeing the hands and these lights is you're having activations, you're having attunements from your galactic energy. And it's really about trusting the process. It's about staying in that curiosity. It's about setting boundaries always, So only what's here from my highest path, awareness, awakening, evolution, whatever you want to say, just make a claim that only what's here for the most loving experience is allowed to participate with me and surrender into it and then stay curious. In that curiosity is where you're going to be hearing how to gracefully move through it. Number ones, you are strongly being encouraged to move through with grace. So it's not so much your voice as it is your actual energy vortex. Think about your electromagnetic field. It is a big ball of energy around you. As we're sharing space together, as you're walking in and about, as you're being around family or thinking about someone, your electromagnetic field and theirs are intermingling. So right now, up your vortex, up your energy into high vibration, seek pleasure, be in gratitude, be in love, look for the things that serve you, put your focus there and allow the expansion of your energy to happen. You're going to be having some crazy attunements. You're probably going to get some activity in your dream state or in your home. Like I literally heard it sounded like a toddler running on tile floors barefoot in my house last night. And I was like, again, my ego loves anxiety. So I was like, ah. But then once I surrendered into it, it was actually a really beautiful experience for me. There is another message to you're here to be a warrior of balance. You're here to be a warrior of transition and change, a warrior of light. Warrior does not mean fighting. It means standing there confident in your energy and changing everything around you. So you're on an incredible journey of attunement and activation and elevation right now. It can be a little taxing on the body, so you might be a little bit tired this weekend, moving into that new moon vibe. But I'm hearing being in and around water, moving gracefully, grounding with earth is going to be essential for you to capitalize on the energy available for you. So make sure that you're staying grounded and own your energy, own your warrior energy, own your confidence and your worth for sure. Okay, let's go into number twos. Well then, okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Number twos. Ooh. So we've got like this warrior. I'm going to create change. You're learning to level up number ones. You're learning to level up your energy and really own it. And you're leveling up your attunement. It's not a time of action right now for number ones, but it is coming down the pipeline. 100%. And you'll feel that as we navigate towards August. So July is going to be an activation and a receiving and moving through it gracefully and self-awareness and self-reflection and taking your time and allowing this transformation to happen. It's massive transformation for number ones. Number two, however, I would like to know you. Number two is you're going to feel, so you're going to be going through whatever the hell you're going through right now. New moon the 13th. Just let me confirm that it's the 17th. I'm so sorry. New moon the 17th. So we're only on the 7th. So the next 10 days. So you're going to be feeling this transition into new moon vibes, number twos, that is literally going to put you into soul purpose. Now, soul purpose can be a lot of different things. It can be just harnessing an energy. It can be doing something like what I do, where I get to talk to people all over this planet. It can be being a mentor, a healer, a leader, a writer, a podcast, whatever, but it's coming down the pipeline and you get to choose how big that comes. There's no writing on this. It's on you. What do you want to experience? What do you want to bring to the world? What are you passionate about? What have you gone through that you have mastered that you can effectively guide someone through? That's your soul purpose right there. That's how it starts. So those of us that have had tremendous amount of abuse and shitty lives, it's the manure on a garden, right? Like all the shit that's been put upon you is the manure that's going to make this most luxurious garden for the world. So you're doing some reflection right now, but you are going through expansive awakening right now. You are elevating up tremendously. You are super protected. You can't get it wrong. It's in front of you. I use the analogy of like there's a bridge in front of you. It's a suspension bridge. It's uncomfortable to walk across, but unless you throw yourself off the bridge, you can't miss the boat. You can't miss the destination. You can't miss the contract. You can't miss the purpose, the soul contract. So you're there. You've arrived. You're at the gateway of it. You may be somewhere here But a lot of you I'm hearing for number twos are right here at the precipice, the doorway, the foundation, this one big leap. And then you're like, okay, it's a little uncomfortable, but I know where I'm going kind of vibe. Like it'll be a little like wishy-washy, a little scary, a little new, big changes, but there's one big leap of faith that has to happen. So that one big leap of faith could be something like taking the course that you need to do. It could be investing into writing the book. It could be being brave enough to walk away from a toxic relationship. It takes a lot of courage to do that. But there's a big transition. I feel like you already know what it is, what that leap of faith is for you. Um, so it's time to work on your courage right now. You've got until the new moon. You have until the 17th to like put it into motion. So whatever that big thing is, I'm a huge believer that nothing needs to be rushed or forced, but I am hearing get the fuck on it because there is a massive contract available for you in alignment with your soul purpose, your compass of what you came here to do. And again, that might start out really small, like mine did. Mine started out doing psychic readings. And now I'm launching people into soul purpose. So your purpose will evolve as you move through it. So the big vision you have doesn't come overnight. My big vision, I remember I was like, I just want to sign my first autograph and get a selfie and be like on a stage talking. And it took me about 9 years to get to that level where I get to talk to large groups and I get to be in world summits. So it happens, but I was so focused on that vision that I didn't look at the small stepping stones leading towards that. So I want you to sort of dial back and be like, what have I mastered? What can I guide someone through? How would I like to bring that to the world? And then what are my natural passions and my natural gifts? And that's going to be incorporated in the onset of soul purpose if you haven't already stepped into it. This is the year for massive soul purpose, 100%. I'm seeing it everywhere. Ireland, everywhere, Australia, everywhere. We're all doing it. And soul purpose is that launch into bringing your voice and change to the world. So that's happening. And you're not going to miss it if you do the work of what do I need to heal? Like we talked about in the beginning of this, what do I need to heal in order to align with that path properly and with freedom? Like really moving freely with trust into that path. So you just want to do a dive into what's sort of holding me back in that subconscious space. All right, I gabbed your ear off long enough. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know. And if you have any other questions, I can pop on and do a quick TikTok to answer those. So yeah, happy July 7th. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you guys next week.